This is me, Ken, and we're talking, this debate is talking about Arizona immigration law. And so recently, Republican Governor Jane Brewer signed the Arizona immigration bill, SB 1070, that allows police to question anyone they believe may be illegal immigrant, even if they're not suspected of committing a crime. Ever since the bill was announced then signed, it shocked not only the residents of the state of Arizona, but also people across the country. With great reasons. My 4 points are: 1, the Arizona immigration law legalizes racial profiling. Number 2, the Arizona immigration bill will allow legal authority to harass innocent people. Number 3, enforcing Arizona immigration bill will lead to unnecessary costs to the state. And number 4, the Arizona immigration bill will lead to an increase in crime rate. So let me go back to number 1. First, the Arizona immigration bill will legalize profiling. According to CNN.com, under politics, it says Senate Bill 1070 is exactly why the federal government must act on immigration reform, said Democratic leader George Louis Garcia in a written statement. He cannot have states creating a jigsaw puzzle of immigration laws. This bill opens the doors to racial profiling with the provision that allows an officer to ask citizenship people while someone who only looks illegal. Now, let me ask you, what defines illegal? What defines looking illegal? Is it skin tone? Is it accent? Is it the way they're dressed? Is it the work ethic? Or is it the size of the family? According to Repeal.com, it says criminalization, particularly in this economy, is not a sound response to the issue of immigration. It is, however, a potential assault on the liberties of people who are American citizens and who become of the racial and ethnic classification alone will be prone to discriminatory harassment. I understand immigration is a huge problem right now, but legalizing racial profiling brings danger to anyone who looks un-American, mostly Hispanics of all ages. My second point is the Arizona immigration bill will harass innocent people of all ages. According to CBSNews.com, if you look or sound foreign, you are going to be subjected to a never-ending request for police to confirm your identity and to confirm your citizenship, said Alexandra Soler Metz, Executive Director of American Civil Liberties of Arizona Union. And just imagine how it would be to be constantly harassed and constantly have to be proving your identity and your citizenship in the state of Arizona. And many young adults fear this law will affect their daily lives. According to MSNBC.com, it's going to there's this 13-year-old American citizen whose name is Emilio Almodovar, and he got interviewed about this subject, and he stated that it's going to change our lives. We can't walk to school anymore. We can't be in the streets anymore without the pigs thinking we're illegal immigrants. So it just shows that even the children are aware of the situation, and their main fear is that they'll be walking to school, and all of a sudden they'll be walking the streets of Mexico or Salvador or whatever. According to RedMassGroup.com, they had something similar about reasonable suspicion at Massachusetts, and it states that here in Massachusetts they tried to run our seatbelt law for a secondary enforcement act to a primary enforcement act a few years ago. Police were given the authority to pull people over suspicion of not wearing a seatbelt. Thankfully, this government intrusion failed. Just imagine the open-ended and broad-ranging authority the police would have to harass innocent people if it did. In practice, an officer can pull over anyone at any time for any reason. So it's not basically the same thing, but it has the same idea that it failed at Massachusetts, so most likely it will be failing over here. So my third point to follow up with that is enforcing Arizona immigration bill will lead to unnecessary costs to the state. According to New York Times, the law will require the police, when practicable, to detain people they reasonably suspect were in the country without authorization. It would also allow the police to charge immigrants with a state crime for not carrying immigration documents, and it allows residents to sue cities if they believe the law is not being enforced. So basically, it goes both. It can help us in the sense, or it can not help us that that if this bill allows anybody who has legal authority, not just officers, or anyone who has legal authority to have reasonable suspicion someone is an illegal immigrant, and if someone with that legal authority does not report, even though if they knew, they can sue the city for it. So there's a lot of people in the world that would let things pass by. There's some people in the world that would take abuse of it. There's a lot of people that would just follow the rules. So with that said, there's always going to be costs when it comes to suing. So yeah. And another problem that arises, other than cost, is jail space. Now, and according to, again, to the New York Times, it states that Brian Solar, the president of the Fraternal Order of Police, said if officers ended up arresting large number of illegal immigrants, that could add up to already crowded jails and costs. Mr. Solar also said departments will be worried at the expense of defending any lawsuits by people contending that the law was not being enforced. So, with all the trouble that's going on right now, all the people who actually did crimes are in jail. There's also people wasting valuable jail space and overcrowding the jails, which is another issue. And my the fourth issue.
Nope, time's up.
Okay.